May 28th, this is Dave Schroeder. I've been watching the news, do every day, and it's interesting how our media is questioning why Donald Trump wrote this letter to North Korea when he did, canceling the summit since they want it so bad. Well, let me explain something to you. It is written in our Constitution no president can be impeached at a time of war. And so, in order to parlay or get out of all of the Russia scandal that he's in and the Stormy Daniels scandal and all of the stuff that they're being investigated for, we need to go to war. Trump and his cohorts wrote that letter to North Korea because there were journalists in North Korea watching that nuclear facility be demolished. And I believe that Trump was hoping that North Korea would be so pissed off that they would keep those journalists, which would lead us into war. The dude, Trump, obviously has those nuclear bombs on his mind when he is basically going around saying, I have a much bigger button and my button works. You have to understand, our Secretary of State, Pompeo, has gone on and said that he believes in Armageddon. They believe in Armageddon. They want to bring on the end of the world. They want to force the hand of God. The Fox News, that judge, whatever her name is, going on and doing the whole thing about Donald Trump just fulfilled biblical prophecy because they just put an embassy in Jerusalem. These people are focused on the end of the world. They want to force the hand of God. They're blatant. They just say it out loud, and people just ignore it. When Trump got elected, there were so many people that I heard that said, oh, Trump got elected because God put him in office. Well, first of all, God doesn't get involved with politics. But now that I've thought about it, I do believe that God may have had a hand getting Trump into office, but not for the reasons we thought. What we're seeing is a period of judgment. And people, as it says, will follow false prophets. They will follow false prophets. And what's happening is that there are a bunch of people in America who are complicit and okay with Trump and what he does and what he says because it's helping the economy. As long as they benefit from the evil, they're okay with it. And that is a bad precedent spiritually. These people believe that they are bringing about the end of the world. They want the end of the world. Trump wrote that letter canceling the summit at a time when the world had journalists in North Korea. I believe that he was hoping that Kim would get so pissed off that he would keep those journalists. He was trying to play Kim to start a war. It would solve all of his issues. He wouldn't have to worry about the Russia probe. He wouldn't have to worry about Stormy Daniels. He couldn't be touched if we get into war. And let's be real. The nukes fly. He and all of his little friends are all going to be safe. While we, the average American individual, goes and has to deal with the fallout from nuclear bombs. And then now people are saying that this whole immigration thing, 1,500 kids have disappeared. Chances are that number is higher. They only report stuff like that when they can't hide it. So chances are the number is higher. And people are going on and on and on. But this has happened before. Our own Child Protective Services has gone on record saying that they've lost tens of thousands of children. And so all of this stuff is being played blatantly right in front of our faces. And we do nothing. We act like it's okay because, hey, the economy is good. It's putting money back into our pockets, which it's not. You know, these tax cuts they've already said is going to add trillions of dollars to a debt that's already huge. And in 2008, when we had the crash before, we put everything on credit. And there's no more credit left. And anybody who has lived their entire life on credit cards knows the end result. It again doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. These people are insane. They believe that they can force the hand of God, and we're all going to pay for it. And we are being judged because we are being complacent with it. No one is doing anything to stop this. Nothing. The most we're doing is sitting around watching it on television and being entertained by it. And that is not going to have a happy ending. There's no way it's going to have a happy ending. And obviously, again, Trump has focus on those nuclear weapons. He wouldn't be bragging that he has a bigger button and his button works. Obviously, he's aware of it. And they just figured that North Korea would act poorly when they cancel the summit and keep those journalists. And our media is running around just filling everyone's heads with bullshit. That's why no one believes anything with our politics, with our media, nothing. Because it's all a lie. It's all a lie. And let me point out, Trump setting up the embassy in Jerusalem, first of all, I do not think is a biblical prophecy. I mean, I don't think God cares about a building. But the fact that they're focused on this and they're promoting this, let me explain to you. The bad guys do that in the Bible. It was the bad guys who did it. And so it's just, we are at a period where things are going to keep escalating and getting worse. They are. The weather, the economics, our political system, everything is falling apart. And anybody who says that it's not is delusional. They're just living in a world where they just want to believe that everything is okay because that's what they live their lives about. Their comfort, and these children that are disappearing, what do you think is happening to them? They're being trafficked. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure it out. Unless you believe these children are being raptured, like the tens of thousands of kids who are in CPS. Wake up, people, because things are going to get seriously bad. And Trump needs a war. The only way he can get out of his problems is if we go into war. That's it. Constitutional. He has the ace in his hand. That's my video.